You did it. You managed to force your way through Ash Canyon's plethora of deadly obstacles and wildlife, all for the grand prize that awaited at the end of the gold mine, the technical backpack. But now that you have it, you've come to the realization that you are neck deep in one of the most difficult regions in the game, and to escape, you not only need to slip out of Ash Canyon, but Timberwolf Mountain as well, another very challenging region. And if this is your first day, then you will soon realize that getting in was just the easy part. But in just 3 days, blizzard or otherwise, you will be safe and sound in one of the most central regions in the game, with your grand prize possessions still in your clutches. And I'll show you how. Okay, so I'm going to assume you watched my previous video on how to get the technical backpack on day 1, and that you've been gathering some of the materials on the way into the gold mine. Most important things you should have by this point are rose hips, reishi mushrooms, and coal. These are going to be imperative in keeping you warm the entire way, so make sure you stay topped off on temperature and warm up a drink before you leave. This will give you a huge buffer window to your heat. You will be doing this very often, so try not to drop too much fuel. Okay, so after you dropped in here, there is no returning the way you came. There will be 2 ropes to climb down. After that, stick right along the wall. Remember that you cannot climb a rope while you're over your weight limit. Okay, once you see the wall with the rose hip bush jutting out the side, you simply follow it up to the first cave. Make your first stop here and warm up with a drink and rest before you head back out to brave the cold. If you feel as though you need more water or more rest, feel free to take it. You do not need to follow my exact sleep schedule here or going forward. Remember to stick right along the wall. Do not stray from the wall. This will eventually lead you to the region transition to Timberwolf Mountain. If you can't see, you will know you're in the right place when it tells you you have reached Pillar's Footrest. Fortunately for you, there are no ice areas in this cave, but make sure you continue to stick right if you want to leave the cave. This cave does have more loot in it, but I opted to remain light and not check it this time. Feel free to do so if you want to. Usual deal with this cave as well. Warm a drink, make sure you have plenty of water for your journey. This cave is particularly warm, so I chose this time to make water and wait for daytime. Unlike Ash Canyon, we will be sticking left all the way until we reach the region transition to Pleasant Valley. Remember to always stick left. There is a cave here by the reishi stumps. Feel free to do what we have been doing if you think it's necessary. I chose not to this time. To make sure you're on the right track, you should be crossing a fallen log bridge. Just after the log bridge, a large slope will be in front of you. There will be a backpack on the tip of this hill with a Polaroid. There will also be a plane wing. Should look something like this. Be extremely careful before you climb this hill. There is a chance that wolves are lurking at the top. Stop and listen for the pitter-patter of their paws in the snow. If they stalk you, you can move to the plain wing and search for the closest ice lake. On the other side of it, this will continue you on our same route when you reach the mountaineer's hut. Otherwise, if visibility conditions are still poor, you can backtrack and wait it out in a cave with a fire. Once you've passed the Polaroid hill, there is a cave on the left-hand wall. We'll do the usual here. After the Polaroid cave comes the corner rock. This about indicates the halfway point. After moving down the corner rock hill comes another hill, but be very, very careful here. Wolves will be here. Move more to the right side if you can, as this is the direction you'll be heading to reach our next major stop. They will pursue you. Do not aim down a weapon and keep your distance while they stalk you. Once you reach the hut or other small prey, they will give up on the chase. Running is completely okay. The Mountaineer's Hut is our last shelter stop before leaving the region. Be sure you are aptly prepared before you leave. Do not feel the need to leave as quickly as I did. If you wish to rest up, definitely do so. This is a safe location to rest so long as you have some fuel. I chose to leave quickly so as to not be tied down by the weather. Continue to stick left. If you ever get caught in a blizzard like I did, do not be afraid to warm yourself in a small secluded corner sheltered from the wind. This is always a safe idea, and you can use coal to overcome the temperature of the blizzard. Follow this corridor until you reach a rope. You'll need to drop your extra belongings here if you're carrying over the limit. But do not fear, our next major safe shelter is just at the bottom, so you can climb back up and retrieve them after you've rested. Once you're at the bottom, simply turn right and enter a hatch next to a fallen log. This hatch will always be here. Once you retrieve any belongings, feel free to rest again. Making multiple trips is also not a bad idea if you really want to keep the stuff you left behind. Once you're ready to leave, you can use the stove to make a drink, or you can simply move forward, as our next stop is our last one. From the mountaineering rope, you can move left. Be careful when proceeding, as there will be wolves patrolling the area. Continue this direction until you hear a waterfall or see a frozen river. Move along the ridge until you see terrain like this. This is our quick way down. Do not worry about taking damage here. You will always be safe so long as there is a slope that you can slide down. Avoid any gaps in the rocks where you might fall. As an added benefit, any wolves that were chasing you no longer will once you begin your Skyrimming journey. Continue left until you find a frozen river and follow it. You will reach a bend where you see birch trees. It should look something like this. Follow it right. Move onto the shore when possible, and you should notice a large quantity of hay bales. These mean you're nearing the barn. The barn is just here, if you wish to visit it first, but otherwise, we'll move right to the farmhouse. Just remain following the hay bales until you reach a river. Once you cross the river and crest the hill, you will reach our final destination, the Pleasant Valley farmhouse. From here, your playthrough has only just begun. I hope this helped. If there's anything you want to see in the future, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more stuff like this, consider subscribing. You can also catch me live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. PST. Don't be afraid to come by.